All righty, we are good to go. Wonderful. So I am so excited and honored to be the person introducing the wonderful Kate Udalova to the stage from Belarus, not West Palm Beach, for her first time speaking. But I am so impressed and so excited by what you guys are going to experience in this session. Can't even wait. So as with everything, Liz Lemke, if you please light up the chat with your ideas, what you guys are doing around these things, ask your questions. We will be here. And if you have something at the end, please do raise your hand. And you know how the emojis at the bottom work. And we are so excited to have you guys here. Wonderful. Excited from Texas. Yay. Wonderful. And so with that, my wonderful Kate, please take it away.
Sure. So, hey, everyone, and thanks for joining this session. You know, today we're going to talk about microlearning. And in the next 20-25 minutes, I'll give you some tips on how to create engaging micro content in 20 minutes and just in your browser. And also, I have prepared some treats for you, so stay tuned till the end, and I hope you enjoy the session, so let's go. As Liz have already mentioned, I'm Kate Udalova. I'm a huge microlearning fan, and I'm an L&D professional. Usually, this slide shows a nice business photo of a speaker, and of course, I have one too, but I thought that it would be great to add some personal touch here. So here I am with my top 4 passions. As you can see, since my early childhood, I was fascinated by the world of modeling. And also, I'm a great fan of horseback riding. And, you know, this guy in the photo is really mean. He used to step regularly on my foot. And even this fact didn't discourage my love of horses. So you just can't imagine how really persistent and, persistent I am. So that's all. And also you can see here my dog. His name is Fyodor. And he's not only my friend, but he's my colleague actually, because he works at 7 Taps as a comfort manager. And he helps me to unwind after busy working days. So 7 Taps itself, yeah, it's my biggest passion and it's really my favorite thing to do. I hope you also guys enjoy playing around with the tool since it's really fun, it's super easy, it's free, and it's made with lots of love. So I told you a few words about myself, and now it's your turn to tell me something. So I wonder, what's your experience with micro content, with micro learning content is? Please, guys, put 1 in the chat if you have never created any, or 2 if you know a few tricks, and 3 if you can call yourself as a proficient creator. Oh, I see here 1.5. It's so fun. I see if you choose some ones. Oh, you know, guys, actually, it might come as a surprise, but microlearning is almost everywhere and is heavily integrated in our daily lives. So, you know, sticky notes on your fridge, for example, I have some on mine too, or some handy notes that you give to your partner or your child with some instructions, with some shopping lists, are also about micro content. So I bet mine is too. So I bet some of you must have underestimated yourselves. So thank you all for the answers. In that case, I'm a 3. Yeah, you are. So let's go back to the topic of my speech. Engaging micro content in 20 minutes. It's called that for a reason. Actually, each word, each part of this statement is really questionable. And I suggest we start with the word engaging. I made my homework and I examined a few dictionaries, and I found a great definition that really resonates with me, and I suppose it fits perfectly in terms of the L&D field. So engaging means drawing attention, and tending to please. So if I were asked how one could make some content more engaging, I would suggest focusing on 3 things. First of all, it should be relevant. Secondly, it should be accessible. And thirdly, it should be well designed. As for the relevant and easy to access, we'll get back to these terms just in a couple of seconds. And here I want to draw your attention to well-designed content. You know, this term is really controversial, and for me, it has nothing to do with some flashy tinsel or some glitter or some really excessive interactivity or gamification. You know, it's all about really well-structured message. It's about great story behind. It's about clear, really simple language. And sometimes it's about quizzes that help your learner to grasp the material, to help them to apply it later to their work. So as for the micro content, I want to tell you a short story. Recently, I asked my LinkedIn network that mostly consists of L&D and instructional design professionals what microlearning means to them. And now I want to ask you about it. Please finish the sentence in the chat. Microlearning, or micro content if you want, must be. And while you're typing, I just want to share with you what my friends on LinkedIn have answered. Just to name a few answers. Relevant, concise, simple. Oh, I see some similar responses in our chat too. Brief, engaging, useful, great, authentic, yeah, sounds great. Actually, I can't tag you with a single statement here. But as for that post, you know, there was really one tricky thing. When it comes to the length of some content, of micro content in particular, there was no clear-cut opinion on what the length really should be. And most people actually, as you did, just texted, wrote that it should be short. And, you know, for example, 15 minutes. Is it too long or is it just enough? My take on it is the following. Well, if we speak about some content that your learner, your employee, your colleague could consume during their coffee breaks, or if we speak about some job aids that your learner could consume to recall, to learn something and get back to their work immediately, I suppose the content should not be longer than 10 minutes, actually. Of course, it all depends on the situation, the use case, but you know, in terms of the relevant and really snackable, I love this word, content, 5-7 minutes is pretty enough. I hope you still remember the title of my session, and the last part of it was about the time it takes to create some content. Another one controversial question in our field, right? So my next question for you is, how long does it take to develop a 6-minute long piece of content? If you haven't created any, just let your imagination run wild and put the number of hours, maybe days or weeks in the chat. It depends, yeah. The most common question, the most common answer actually. So while you're answering, I want to share with you some data of an interesting study I stumbled upon in 2020, but I suppose the data is still more or less relevant. So according to the research, how long does it take to develop training? It takes about 18 hours on average to come up with some micro-learning piece of content, 6-minute long piece of content. Well, now you see, your learner will consume this type of content in just 5 minutes. And you have to spend about 18 hours to create it. Of course, it includes some conversations with your stakeholders, some edits. That's fine, actually. But 18 hours in our super fast-paced world, actually, the content you have created today's morning will become just outdated in a week, right? So I was thinking about some steps that can help you to come up with some cool content faster. And before I will dive into telling you more about 7 tabs, I want to share with you some steps that will help your content to become more engaging, to become more relevant, and to become more enthusiastic for your learners. So, step 1, make sure your content is relevant. And, as for the relevance, it should be number 1 priority for anyone who creates any type of content, actually. But if we speak about learning content, it should be, first of all, tailored to your organizational needs. And of course, it should be relevant to your learners. They always need to know what's in it for them. And the second step, the second point you can take is to evaluate your learners' current level of knowledge. Because if your content is too complicated or is too easy, they might not be engaged with it, right? And the last but not the least is to come up with some portrait of your learners. Who are they? What do they care about? What music do they listen to? What movies they watch, actually? All this kind of information will help you to speak the same language, to be on the same page with them, and finally, to make content more relevant for them. The step 2 is about chunking your content. And here's one more tricky thing I want to draw your attention to. Actually, creating micro-content, micro-learning experience, is not about just cutting your existing content. It's about chunking it. For example, if you now have 100 slides PowerPoint presentation, you just cannot convert it into 100 microbytes, micro lessons. It doesn't work this way. You have to rethought your content. You have to restructure it just to arrange some material. And the first point you should take into consideration is to cross out, to avoid all the good to know information. Use how-tos, do's, don'ts, stick to them, and deliver them right away. And one more thing I want to mention here is that it's great to deliver content to users the way they want to receive it, actually, the way they are receiving it in their daily lives. I mean, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, right? They are all small bite-sized chunks. So why not to leverage these to achieve higher engagement and higher completion rates, right? And step 3 is about making your content accessible. It's also about microlearning, actually. When your learner spends about 5 minutes to consume your microlearning module, it's weird that they have to spend 10 minutes or even more to download an app, to log in, and the like, right? So try to make the experience really smooth, frictionless, and fast for them too. And I kept all this stuff in mind while I was thinking about first 7 tabs mockups. And with 7 tabs, I wanted to contribute to the industry and help both educators by providing them with some tool that will help them to save some time and to make some content more engaging for the learners too. So here's 7 tabs. And if you don't mind, I just want to share with you a quick demo to make sure that you see the product is really fast and easy. So I'm stopping presenting and I'm sharing my screen right now. It's 7 tabs. You see my screen, right? So here is the main screen of 7tabs. We have here 7tabs demo course, and it can help you to get started, but actually the tool is insanely easy and you can just get started right away by clicking on create a course. Here is the course title. Let it be topic, and we can add some cards. It can be the title and the description, maybe step 1, step 2, and then we can add this beautiful card. It's the card we've added to the tool recently, and it helps you to create AI-generated video automatically. So you can just type or paste your script right in the browser, and the video will be generated for you automatically. So, hi, this is AI-generated video. I found some typo. I found the We click generate video, and it will be generated in the background. We can proceed with the course. We can add, for example, a soundbite, an audio component limited to 60 minutes, and it's a great alternative to video. Because, you know, when you have to update something, you can always take your smartphone and record the message and upload it to the course, and your learners, your employees, your receivers will always have the latest version of the content on their phones, on their desktops, whatsoever. So I click here, and I have some audio file in my browser. I open it, and it will be uploaded. So here is the sound bite you'll love. Let's proceed with some quiz type of card. So here will be the question. I can add some options here. Add some more options. And one more. And I can choose which answer would be the correct one. So let it be the 4. I can also add some optional comment, but it's a great idea to put some feedback here, because this comment will appear immediately after your learner chooses any answer. So some feedback. Okay, save. Also, in 7tabs, we have kind of an inbuilt structure. For example, you can start with creating a course outline by creating some chapters, and later to add some learning flash on your learning bones. For example, here will be the chapter 1, and we haven't used the link card. The link card is a great opportunity to interlink your 7tabs content with any type of content hosted externally. For example, you can interlink it with your RISE course, I don't know, Articulate course, or you can direct your learners to your corporate library or to YouTube video, whatsoever. So we are adding some title here, for example, the link, let it be 7tabs.com, and some call to action. We are saving it. I can proceed with adding some cards, but let me show you how the course looks like actually. So here's the overview, and I suppose I can change something here. With 7tabs Pro, you can customize your theme by playing with some colors, and just by choosing them and applying them, and everything will be changed just in a second. But let me choose my favorites preset. So I can apply it by clicking here. Ta-da! Everything is changed already. And I suppose the course doesn't look really funny, so let me add some cool GIF here. I can add some GIF. With the Pro version, you can add some images, but if you're using free edition, you can add some cool GIFs. I suppose this bear is really funny. I can put it this way on full screen. Yeah, sounds looks cool. And as for the course, as for the 7 Tabs content, it's mobile first, but it looks great on any device. And the greatest thing about it is that you don't have to test or customize your content. We guarantee that the course, the content will look great on any device. If you want to take a look how your course will look on desktop, you can click on preview button. And here it is. So let's take a look. And here is Anna, AI-generated video. I suggest we listen to her speech.
Hi, this is AI-generated video. Have fun there.
Okay, thank you, Anna. Here is our soundbite.
A soundbite is a voice message limited to 1 minute. The limit is driven by the micro-learning concept. Use it to give examples or tell stories. Just try to be direct and omit filler content.
Let's proceed. So here's the question. As far as I remember, the correct answer was the fourth one. So let it be just the first one to see how it goes. Yeah, so the interface shows me that this is incorrect answer. And the correct one is the option 4. And some feedback has appeared under it. So we can proceed. It's chapter 1 and it's the link card. We can click on it. And here's the 7Tabs web page. If you want to get started with the tool, you can just click on the Get Started button right in your browser. You don't have to install anything, and you can get started right away. If we want to share the course, you can just do it with the lightning speed too. We have several options by link, by email, by QR code, by SMS. For example, I want to share this course by link. I enable sharing, I copy link, and I get back to our chat, and I can insert it right in the chat and just open it on any device. You will access it in a second. You don't have to use any passwords. You don't have to upload, download anything. Just the learning starts right away. So that's all actually. And as I have already mentioned, I prepared some treats for you. And as a thanks for everyone who attended this session, I created some Google form. You can leave your shipping details there. Maybe right now you can just copy the address and fill it out later. And some treats will be coming your way soon. So that's all. Thank you all.
Awesome. Can we give it up for Kate? Wow, that was really, really great. This was absolutely fantastic. Kate, you knocked it out of the park. This is so, so good. This is so, so good. So thank you very much. Congratulations for having your first talk and doing such an amazing job, Kate. So I know that I learned a lot. Also here in the chat is this is fantastic. Thank you. Okay,
I see that the form says needs permission. I'm sorry, guys. I was really worried. I was really nervous. So you can just text me on LinkedIn, and I will post this link on my LinkedIn page, Kate Udalova, 7Tabs. You will find me easily. And I will share this form with you. I'm so sorry that this experience was not frictionless. I'm so sorry.
Okay, honey, you're putting yourself at a huge level of expectations. You did it great. So yes, and what you just did is exactly right. What we do in learning, we always find a workaround for our workaround of having a backup for the backup. So awesome. Very well done. Well, thank you, everybody. Connect. Like Kate said, you can find her on LinkedIn, and we can't. And I think, Kate, you're going to have a lot of people experimenting with 7Tabs very soon.
Guys, I can leave my personal email. So just please text me with your shipping details, where you want the delivery to come to. So I suppose this will be just the easiest option to connect with you.
Perfect. Perfect. Thank you so much.
At 7tabs.com, super easy. I'll reach out as fast as I can.
I love it. And you, perfect. All right. Well, thank you, everybody. Reach out, and we look forward continuing the awesomeness of today. So thank you, everyone. Talk soon.
Bye, bye, bye.
Big heart. Bye.